everything right seems wrong. You carry me when the road ahead is tough, and I'm so close to giving up. But I fall into your arms and you carry me. You watch over me every step I take, every breath I make. I believe you watch over me every step I take, every breath I make. I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe. Oh, I give all I am to you, and I trust you'll see me through. Deep down I know you've loved me from the start, and if all the world around me was to fall apart, I'd always have you, King of my heart. You made all the flowers grow. You're the footprints in the snow when my strength has gone. You are the melody of every glorious song. You watch over me every step I take, every breath I make. I believe you watch over me every step I take, every breath I make. I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe. Oh, I give all I am to you, and I trust you'll see me through. Deep down I know you loved me from the start. When I was lost, you found me, wrapped your loving arms around me. Deep down I know, yes, deep down I know you're King of my heart. King of my heart.
Bring you the praise of a grateful heart. Sing of your glory and majesty. Lift up my voice on the Spirit's wings. You're alive, you're alive in me.
Words can never express the wonder of your love for me. Deeds can never repay the debt that I owe eternally.
But I'll bring you the praise of a grateful heart. Sing of your glory and majesty. Lift up my voice on the Spirit's wings. You're alive, you're alive in me.
I may not understand the mystery of grace, rich and free. I could never explain the mercy that reached out to me.
But I'll bring you the praise of a grateful heart. Sing of your glory and majesty. Lift up my voice on the Spirit's wings. You're alive, you're alive. Yes, I'll bring you the praise of a grateful heart. Sing of your glory and majesty. Lift up my voice on the Spirit's wings. You're alive. and majesty. Lift up my voice on the Spirit's wings. You're alive, you're alive. Yes, I bring you the praise of a grateful heart. Sing of your glory and majesty. Lift up my voice on the Spirit's wings. You're alive, you're alive in me. You're alive in me. Oh, for 1,000 tongues to sing my great Redeemer's praise, the glories of my God and King, the triumphs of His grace, my gracious Master and my God. Assist me to proclaim, to spread through all the earth abroad the honors of thy name, and with our voice we sing our songs of praise. With our hearts we'll worship you for all our days. Jesus, the name that charms our fears, that bids our sorrow cease. 'Tis music in the sinner's ears, it's life and health and peace. He breaks the power of canceled sin. He sets the prisoner free. His blood can make the flawless clean. His blood availed for me, and with our voice we sing our songs of praise. With our hearts we'll worship you for all our days. He speaks, and listening to his voice, new life the dead receive. The mournful broken hearts rejoice. The humble poor believe. The humble poor believe. And with our voice we sing our songs of praise. With our voice we sing our songs of praise. With our voice we sing our songs of praise. With our hearts
8 o'clock on a Sunday. Regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man, he's sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. He says, son, can you play me a memory? I'm not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and it's sweet, and I knew it complete when I wore a younger man's clothes. La 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 la. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, I hope you are, and you've got us feeling alright. Now John at the bar, he's a friend of mine. He gets my drinks free, and he's quick with a joke, or he'll light up his smoke, but there's some place that he'd rather be. He said, John, I believe this is killing me, as a smile ran away from his face. Oh, I knew I could be a big movie star if I could get out of this place. La 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 la. La 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 la. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling alright. Oh, sir. Now Paul, he's a real estate novelist. Never had time for a wife, but he's talking with David, who's still in the Navy, and probably will be for life. Oh, and the waitress is practicing politics. As the businessman, they slowly get stoned. Well, they're sharing a drink they call loneliness. It's better than drinking alone. La 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 la. La 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 la. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling alright. Well, it's a pretty good crowd for a Sunday.
Indeed it is.
And the manager, for the 148th time,
143rd time.
why do I always exaggerate?
Always.
You see, I couldn't see. The 3 looked like an 8. These are the glasses that I'm wearing tonight because I can't find my other ones. I literally mean, I wasn't going to ask Sue before because we had one of our traditional rows. We had to make up afterwards on the top of the stairs, which is always a dangerous place to make up. Hey! I did think that.
I was tempted. I was tempted.
You were, weren't you? Just a push. Just a
Just a
small
little
push. Push. And you'll be there. And so I couldn't find my glasses anywhere. And I thought, dark glasses, I can't see anything. Now, these were given to me by the optician around about 6 years ago, so I could read the music
She's the right
more
person
clearly.
to give you a...
Yes, well, it was better that the podiatrist did not give me any glasses. Literally, she didn't. She refused to.
Shocking.
No,
Shocking.
absolutely. My dietitian, they didn't give me one either. So it was my thing, and she gave it to me so that I could read the music. He could his name is Patel, and Sue. That is cultural appropriation. I'm not having you doing accents that you should not be doing. Don't do it. You will be in trouble. You will be in trouble. Me, I don't care anymore, and I want you to come for me. Come and knock on the door.
Did you want to put the piano rack up? Because you can, because we haven't got that camera working tonight.
Now you tell me.
I know. Shocking. Shocking.
So that it's not
Fire
working.
me.
Do you want to try again?
No.
Put it on and off.
Carry on.
Go on, because this is my best profile. Go on. Try it. I thought was it working until now? Oh, well, why didn't you say something? Oh, for goodness sake. Right. Turn it off and turn it on to see whether we can get it going. So, anyway, what I was trying to say to you was we've done it now 143 times. 143 times. I've sung that song 143 times, and I cannot believe, even now, that it's 4 years last week. Is it working? You can't get it working. Well, maybe in the interval, when we're showing you a couple of videos, when I go off for a meal.
You mean in the interval when I bring the ice creams round to everyone?
Chips. We got the chips coming in and the pizza. It's all health food here. And anyway, welcome
What do you think
to you for the 140th time. And if you're, and if the 43rd time, and if you are for the first time joining us.
Yes. Hello.
Then hello, welcome. And if you've only joined us of late, then this is how it is all the time.
Yes.
It should be just a music show, right? I would like to say it is just a music show, but it's not. And it's not. It's not even a bad joke. I used to tell jokes, didn't I? But then I came across it was Andy Hatvarney who.
Andy, what are you doing?
I know he keeps sending me these jokes. I've got to put. Hold on. I'm going to put them up here.
Because you can't see. You can't see with them on or with them off.
No. Oh no, that was thanks. No, the message I've got is thanks, trying to give her some oxygen. That was about your mum. So that wasn't a joke, was it?
Dear.
Now I was watching the Bermuda Philharmonic Orchestra. The Bermuda, right? For those of you who don't understand jokes, I'm just going to be very pointed. I was watching the Bermuda Philharmonic Orchestra last night, and the guy on the triangle disappeared. It's not even funny, isn't it? It's not even funny. This was quite amusing, but it's definitely racist. You'll be getting a knock on your door from certainly if you were living in Scotland, you would be now. A mate went on a tour of Northern Ireland. When he got back, I asked him, what do you make of County Down? He said, oh, it's not been the same since Carol Vorderman left. Hello?
County Down. I know.
County Down. It's not been the same since Carol Vorderman left. I don't even want to know. Right.
Thank you. Test card.
Me and the wife had a big fight last night. She called me gullible and financially irresponsible. Just wait until I tell her that we have won the Nigerian lottery. I quite like that one. And this one, I don't even know you're going to get this one. I'm going to give it a shot. Congratulations goes out to Hugh Zapriti Boyden. Hugh Zapriti Boyden on his new role as head of the Parrot Owners Association. Hugh Zapriti Boyden. Well, all right then.
Okay, are we finishing this song? Or?
No, I will do in a second.
Okay.
So I saw a guy undo my garden gate and put it in his van. I didn't say anything, just in case he took offence.
Quite like that one.
So I got fired to the calendar factory, and all I did was take a day off. I was told to observe the partial eclipse through a colander. All I did was strain my eyes. That's nice one. That's all right. Forgot that one. And I'm not going to tell you anymore because...
Good. Okay.
No. However, are you all right, love?
I'm all right, thank you.
What's happening with you?
What's happening with me?
You're managing. I want people to write in today, and I want me to tell me this is my fixation. Okay, another one of my fixations.
Which one's this?
Right, I need you to tell me how annoyed you are, right, with the roads in Great Britain. The Labour Party have promised if they get in that they're going to do something about the roads. I suspect it's going to be nothing. That's what they're going to do about the roads.
They've got no money.
However, However, any government that says to me, I'm going to do something about the roads, they're in. They're in. That and a bit of warmth.
Are we talking potholes? Are we talking the little blue fences?
What was the stat?
Oh, yes, apparently there are more potholes and craters on our roads than on the moon.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know whether
I don't know how they've counted them, but...
Yeah, I don't know where they go. When it goes round, they go...
But I can
2,
believe it, actually.
There's a bloke up there in NASA, and his job is... What do you do? I'm a crater counter. Okay? Which can't even... I'm not the crater counter, I'm the crater counter's son. And I'm only counting craters till the crater counter comes.
Oh, dear. Oh, that's the second test. You haven't even finished Piano Man yet.
I love that. You see, you get that one. Okay, I'm not the crater counter, I'm the crater counter's son.
Dear.
And I'm only counting craters till the crater counter. So you can do it, you see. Now, yes. Well, we're going to just listen tonight for a nice change. Now, we have people coming in. I've just written to a certain Steve Lake and asking if he would like to come in and give us an update and do some magic. And him and possibly Bex comes with him. And we're going to get him in as a guest. I've been speaking to Mr. Brearley, Justin Brearley, who's written a book called The Surprising Rise in Faith, which is quite a book indeed. And he's promised that he will be coming in. I've also got a date for the Chris and Denise Arthey. If you remember, they were involved in a tragic, in a very, very serious accident where they both lost their legs. It was one of the most emotionally charged evenings, and many of you were quite stunned by what they had to say. And I think actually that I just wanted them back in to talk about other stuff and see where their life was up to and how it's affected them, what they're doing. He's been running marathons, unbelievably. But anyway, we've got loads to coming up. And remember, so what you think, please, of the roads, write in now.
Quite a few have already.
Oh, right,
Don't get me started.
Come on.
No, I'm just saying that's what they're saying. Don't get
right,
started.
okay. Well, when they do, put it back,
okay,
and I'll finish the song. There's a pretty good crowd for a Sunday. And the manager, she gives me a smile. She knows it's me. They've been coming to see for 143. Oh, rhymes. Yes!
You do realise that this has been lasting 13 minutes.
To forget about life. Yeah, but it's going to last longer than that.
Okay.
This is my show, okay? It's my show and I'll last if I want to. I'll make it last if I want to. You would last too if you could play the piano.
No, that's terrible.
It's a pretty good crowd for Sunday. And the manager gives me a smile.
Again.
Cause she knows it's me they've been coming to see. To forget about life for a while. Oh, and the piano it sounds like a carnival. And the microphone it smells like a beer. And they sit at the bar and bread in the jar. They say, man, what are you doing here? La la la, la la la. La la la, la la la, la la la. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling alright. And as the piano dies away, we say to you, welcome once again to another 1 hour and 45 minutes, which is what we've got left with JV and Sue. Here in JV, live from the Steinway room, which is going on, did I mention, for 4 years now. Well, let's just get singing a few songs. Why don't we sing this one?
when you're weary, feeling small, when tears are in your eyes, I will dry them all. I'm on your side. Oh, in times of love, and friends just can't be found like a bridge over troubled waters. I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled waters. I will lay me down. When you're down and out, when you're on the street, when evening falls so hard, I'll comfort you. I'll take your part. Oh, when times come and pain is all around, like a bridge over troubled waters, I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled waters. I will lay me down. This is one for you, this verse. Ready? Sail on, silver girl, sail on by. Your time has come to shine. All your dreams are on their way. See how they shine. Oh, if you need a friend, I'm sailing right behind, like a bridge over troubled waters. I will ease your mind like a bridge over troubled waters. I will ease your Come to my next show. Expect to hear that one on the playlist.
Wow. Thought you were going to run out of oxygen at the end. Thought you went dizzy.
I think I did.
That was rather a lot.
Do you remember I used to sing
That
these
was wonderful.
notes?
That was great.
These long notes, how great thou art. You remember at Spring Harvest?
In the days when you used to go.
Yes, in those days when I was asked, actually. No, not when I used to go. Now they've, I'm too old. I'm the wrong look now. I think I may well have lost my talent as well. There's that.
No.
Yeah, I think so.
No, I found it
somebody
the other
passed that
day.
on.
No, I found it the other day.
No.
You left it behind.
It's always the last place you look, though, isn't it? Anyway, well, in those days of the spring harvest, which I think was something like 20 years,
Yes.
of being on and off.
Anyway, you did.
We did
How
this.
Great
I
Thou
remember
Art.
I used to sing it the first time I did this, and I think it was How Great Thou Art.
Is that How Great Thou Art?
Yeah, it was. How great It's one of those.
Something like that.
Something like that. However, that back in time. And I remember the guys were going. You said to you something.
Yeah,
like,
he said, how long did he hold that on for? I said, I don't know. He said, I just timed it. It's 14 seconds.
40 seconds isn't a long time.
Well, he felt it was.
Yes, he probably
Anyway.
thinks it was. Anyway,
Anyway.
that one. Now, Sue, I want to sing. I'm going to do. Here it is. Because I haven't done this one, I don't think, ever before on this show.
Can you find it? Do you want a hand?
And so I have to open it. It's the same. This is Sue's iPad now.
Yes, I bought myself an iPad the other day to help me in the funeral business.
And
Mainly because my printer won't work properly.
it won't. It stopped working. We have to get it working.
Let's get another one, I think.
Okay, and I haven't done it. I played it years ago, and we recorded it on the album Rhythms of the Heart.
Yes, Rhythms of the
And it goes
Heart.
like this: Wayfaring Stranger. Quite a little funky number. I am a poor wayfaring stranger while wearing through this world of woe. But there's no sickness, no toil, no danger to that bright land to which I go. I'm no dark clouds are gathering near me. I know my way is rough and steep, but beautiful fields lie just before me, where God's redeemed their vigils keep. I'm going back to see my Father. I'm going there, no more to roam. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home. I know dark clouds are gathering near me. I know my way is rough and steep. A beautiful fields lie just before me, and where their judgments keep. I'm going back to see my Father. I'm going there, no more to roam. I'm only going
alone. No more
Well, that was rocking the joint here.
I like that.
Everything was moving.
What are their feelings about roads? Any comments?
Yes, a lot of people are just fed up with avoiding potholes, but Gareth is fine because he says they're travelling at 20 miles an hour everywhere, so they can just drive around them.
That's right. In Wales, it's 20 miles an hour everywhere, isn't it? I literally will never go there again.
I think you probably
I won't.
I think you
No,
will.
I won't.
You will.
I will not. No, it's 50 all the way. It literally takes you. That's what they're trying to do, is to make you not go to Wales, because you're going to go 50 or 20.
Gareth, a cunning plan.
They're keeping all the English away from the Welsh. Well, I mean that's a great idea if you like that. What should we do the same for the Welsh to the English? You think that's what we should do? But when they come over here, we should drive at 10 miles an hour everywhere. Right? 20 miles an hour.
Well, that's what we do because we're all trying to avoid going into a pothole.
Actually, there is one, isn't there, on the way to your mother's?
Yes.
It's massive.
Really massive. Really
Literally,
massive.
I've lived in places smaller than that. Honestly, it's unbelievable.
Can I just say something about Mum?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, can I just say thank you everyone so much for all your kindness, your thoughts, your prayers and everything else. This astonishing woman has come through.
Let's come back again.
Double pneumonia, bless her. And in spite of me being taken aside by 2 or was it 3 doctors, I can't remember now, saying that this was end of life, etc. And
yes, we had that conversation with them, didn't we?
we did. And as the people in the care home said to me the other day, she's amazing. She's just rallied amazingly well, and she's got over the pneumonia, which is great. However, it seems to have knocked her dementia further, so she's not. She's cognitively, she's not brilliant, but she is still with us. And the crisis is over.
Let's sit today.
Yeah, we did.
She recognised, she just suddenly said out of nowhere, when we came in, she was just looking at a fixed. She was, and so it was hard. It was very hard coming out of that, and we thank you for your support.
We do. You've been amazing. Thank you so much.
It's easy to forget, and I think that actually, I was thinking while we were just preparing, I was thinking about people who either have lost or haven't lost, but they've lost. Liz and Tom, for example.
It's a hard illness.
My mother, my dad is in the home. He's been in there for 2 years.
And it's lonely. It's lonely to lose your partner like that. You see them for a bit. And Susan, you will understand this. The hearing aid has gone missing again. However, it was in her ear this morning and she hasn't gone out of her room, so it has to be there somewhere. We couldn't find it, but I'm sure it'll come to the surface at some point. Carry on, Mr. JV. This is for you, Sylvia. This one is especially for you.
Is she in?
Was a boy, a very strange, enchanted boy. They say he wandered very far, over land and sea. A little shy and sad of eye, but very wise was he. And then one day, one magic day he passed my way, and while we spoke of many things, fools and kings, this is what he said to me. The greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. The greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. Do you know, the reason I did that is because I was listening to an interview we just did. We did in 2020.
The Premier Radio one.
Premier Radio one. And they were asking questions at that time. I said we'd done by then 20 shows.
20 shows. 20
shows, all right?
So it was early 2020.
And early 2020 and, well, mid-2020. No, it was 2020.
2020.
Okay, well, because how many would we have done by then? In 2020, we
did
started
them every
April.
week, didn't we?
Every week. So it's going out every week.
5 months worth.
That's 5 months worth. So we're probably towards the back end of the year. And they did the interview, and I said, one of the songs, we said at that time, I think Sylvia, I think you'd asked for this.
She said, "Thank you, my favourite song."
Is it really? I'd have sung it twice for you, Sylvia.
She suggested it. She threw it down as a challenge, I seem to remember, right at the beginning.
It's very hard. It's the greatest thing you'll ever learn is how to love and be loved in return. So actually, you got a mention on the radio. I seem to remember, Sylvia, because you asked for it, and people were just asking for me for songs that I'd never played before. One such song was, and I'm going to do this one because I get it out of the way. God, remember this one? On God, on high, hear my prayer, in my need. You have always been there. Here's young ears afraid. He's like the son I might have known if God had granted me a son. The summers die one by one, how soon they fly, on and on, and I am old and will be gone. Bring him peace, bring him joy. He is young, he is only a boy. You can take, you can give. Let him be, let him live. Bring him home, bring him home, bring him
Wow. Wow. That was awesome.
I thought I'd do it on the piano because that's how it originally came around. If you get my meaning, when we
Yes.
first did it,
Yes.
everybody pleading me, and I was pleading with me, and I just said no. But what are your memories, Sue? Because we always do this on these anniversaries.
We do.
But you see, I've just looked at this one, the Music and Arts Award. You know, one forgets this. Too. Here we are, the Music and Arts Award that you can see here, 2020 winner. And every now and again, it comes up on my feed, the radio. They phone me, and I gave a reaction to winning. And I was genuinely pleased. There was obviously, one can't lie, I was pleased with what we'd done. But I was pleased for the community, actually, because the way the community had come together at that time. And such a diverse community. And I remember talking about that, I was listening to the interview now, and it was talking about people of faith and no faith. And I'm listening to people who, you know, they like these bits, they don't particularly like the religious songs, but they've come together in the same room, and we're all existing in this same room of fellowship, I suppose.
You know, it's the nature of family, isn't it?
Yeah.
That you meet together and you enjoy different bits, and some people don't enjoy opera and some people don't enjoy jazz, but actually you just muddle along because actually what you want to do is to just be together and have fun together and be a family together, and this is what this has become, actually. Well, I think so.
Yeah, I think actually, I mean, I ask every time about this because I think I'm going to do a little bit of opera. You wanted me to do some opera?
Yeah, for Susie Speed. She asked for it particularly.
Is Susie Speed on?
She hasn't said that she's on, but
Can we
it's
just,
her.
Susie, if you're on,
can you just let us know
then
before
let's
he does
know. Then
does
before
it?
I do this for you.
It's your
I know
birthday today, so your girls might have taken you out somewhere or something.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, well, that'd be a bit...
But no, I think she was planning to be on tonight.
Let's just see whether she's on. But I think, because this is from Tannhäuser. I used to sing this. I don't even know if I can sing anymore. Oh, du mein holder Abendstern.
No, she's not replied.
Oh, bright evening star. She's not replied?
Not yet, no. So do something else first.
Yeah, I will, because I think actually, unless I know she's in, I think that's it. And I think one of the big ones, I should do the big one. And this one, Rachel, has been pleading for me to sing this. And I suppose, actually, we will. So let's do it. I haven't done it like this for years now. And it's You Raise Me Up.
It's for Karen, our dear Karen Bate.
Karen Bate.
Who had a birthday this week and was able to celebrate it by going down to the seaside. And she was able to celebrate for the first time in 4 years, really, because she's been devoted carer to Heather, as you remember, and so therefore couldn't get out and couldn't go anywhere. And so she was taken out with friends during this week because it was her birthday. So happy birthday, Karen, my darling. And glad you had a wonderful week of celebrating. And this one...
This comes from Helen Poole as well, who asked for
Helen,
this as well.
Yes.
Helen, no, she asked
for something for Karen.
Karen
yes.
Bates. But
yes.
we sent it out to Helen too,
yes.
because Helen's gone through some tough times of illness
she's not well.
and stuff.
She's not well.
So this is for you guys. Here we go.
When I'm down and oh my soul so weary, when trouble comes and my heart burden be, and I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. There is no life without its hunger. Each restless heart beats so imperfectly. But when you come and I'm filled with wonder, sometimes I think I glimpse eternity. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. Then I am strong when I'm on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. Then I am strong when I am on your raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. Then I am strong, when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to more than I can be.
That went down well. That went down well.
Did it?
Oh, yes.
Well,
Yes.
come on then.
No, people loved it, and you know,
It's been a long time since
it's a
I
long
did
time
that
since
live,
you've done
isn't
it. And Marion Hornby said, "This is another favourite. Wow, I'm being spoilt tonight." And lots of hearts, lots and lots of hearts.
Do you think I should do that? I think we've taken it out of the show, haven't we, recently?
Only in the last 2 or 3.
No, I mean as in with the backing track.
Oh, with the backing track.
That is
Yeah, with the backing track. No, you've done very moody kind of.
Yeah.
Rachel says, "Bravo, thank you."
Well, yes, that was Rachel's request. I think actually it's very high. If you notice that the arrangement, we did it back in the day.
Back
I
in the
think Back in
day?
the day, it's
Back in the day.
2010. Yeah, that was my cliche time again, wasn't it?
It was.
It was 2009-10 we recorded it together with the Christmas album, Our Holy Night, if you remember. And I was at the peak of my
Your
14
voice
years.
was in very
Yeah,
good nick at
absolutely.
that point,
Yeah,
so
it was.
you were able to hit those top notes.
So it goes up to the top. You raise me up. That wasn't too bad. I was singing Falstaff today, wasn't I?
You were. We were in
The-
the car, and he was belting it out there.
Well, top F sharps.
Oh.
I get to use that. There was it's a very high top F sharp, and the Falstaff has to echo what the other character is doing in the show. And it's a very big show for me, and I used to do it all over the world. I loved it. It was one of my, I think it was my favourite role, was it? Didn't you? Was it your favourite role, me?
Yeah, definitely. It was your.
It was my
For
calling
some
card.
reason, yeah, it suited you very well.
But we had to do.
I could be very rude then, but I didn't. I avoided it.
So many reasons.
There were so many reasons.
But,
It was
but
it's just a perfect
in the
role.
big duet, it comes out and he has, and he sings it, and I have to sing it back.
Mm.
In every show I ever did, which must have totaled over 150, something like that. The other guy was a baritone who was always trying
Yes.
to outdo me,
Of course.
right? And it was
Whiskey.
And then I had to sing. L'amor che non ci dà mai tregua. And at the end of it, I just used to go. The battle of the baritones. The egos were flying. You see that? I could do it. That's the top.
Extraordinary.
Maybe I should go back into the business. What do you think?
Yes, great idea.
What a great idea. People often ask me, they do on this subject, they say to me, are you still singing? And I got this request I told you a few months ago now. What was I doing in 2026? And I was flattered at first, but I wake up, I often have my waking dreams. It's like, I stopped singing opera, and it's like I was on the treadmill for so long, and I was doing it at such a high level for so long, and Covent Garden, all the top opera houses in the world, and I just thought, and I loved the performance angle of it. But people ask, why did I stop? Well, I couldn't bear the business side of it, the two-facedness of it a lot of the time. And they loved you one day and hated you the next. You were in and you were out. And it was that constant, you never knew ever where you were. Loyalty was only ever one way. And you gave loyalty to the company. And then when they'd finished with you, they just, it's not, you all believe it's all about lovies and they're all so nice to each other.
They just moved on to the next singer, didn't they?
Yeah, whoever was the next shining star. And I was, I had it for longer than I think.
Yeah, you had longer than most, actually.
The most. There are a few that have gone on. But mainly, what happens is you go off and you do a few years and then they lose interest. So I was very, very fortunate to carry on. But I miss, and I genuinely do miss, singing with the great orchestras of the world. That's and with the fantastic conductors. And so now I listen to the people that I worked with, or some of the Bernsteins I didn't work with, but listening to them and conducting through scores. And if I have time, that's why I sit and I look at what I wrote on the scores. And I think actually, while I'm in the mood, I suppose I should do this.
Yeah,
and
do
then
it now.
So this is a little bit of an operatic interlude, and I recorded this one. In fact, the story of this was that I won. This really catapulted me to fame and fortune, I suppose, with Glyndebourne after the Vittorio De Sarno. Yeah, this song.
Yeah, they did.
Because
they spotted you, actually,
spotted
didn't
me
they?
During this, I'd won competitions, but then we went and did. I went and did the what was called the Opera Studio, and I sung well there, and I got remember I did this, and then the Guardian, they wrote this, the stunning, so and so was great, but the stunning voice of Jonathan Veira, one of the voices of the century. I'll manage it.
Okay.
I think I can see it, and it was one of those occasions where I sung, and I just sung well. I don't know what happened, but it was right.
It was in the voice.
It was on the right track.
In the voice.
And he said something like, he sounds very, it's a big, exciting voice, rather like the young Ingvar Vixel. Do you remember that?
I do.
Yeah, and Ingvar Vixel, very famous baritone at the time. And so I ended up actually taking over from him, doing of his Falstaff. And they said, thank goodness you've come in here, so boring. I was in Denmark doing it there, the Royal Opera. Now this one is from Tannhäuser. Is there anything to say, Sue? Anything? No, come on, is there any feeds coming through? Oh, all right. All right, and this one is called "Oh Wonderful Evening Star." Oh, du mein holder Abendstern. Oh, you beautiful evening star. So here it goes. And this one is Anthea watching?
She's just gone.
Ah.
A friend of hers has gone into hospital.
Oh, right. This was going to be for her.
Lovely to hear that again. Very lovely.
How was it, Sue?
It was very good, sir. Very good.
Now,
Very
Sue.
good. Jonathan.
Sue, the moment of the week.
Oh, my moment. Right. Yes.
And then we're going to have a video.
do you know,
After Sue's moment, let's have a video. I need a
Okay.
break. You're singing too long.
Okay. Yes. Well, I was sport for choice this week. One brief moment was I came back yesterday from a visit and I found that we had stripes in our lawn again. That was a wonderful moment because we've been knee deep. This is my moment. Stop speaking. Another test card. Yes, so I came back and bless him, he was in a very bad way, having grappled with the lawnmower and the very long shaggy lawn that we have. But there are stripes in the lawn once again. And Jonathan was in a limp heap at the end of the garden.
3 times. My hips, my knees. I haven't done so much exercise in that long. Unbelievable. And it was just terrible. It was so long and so wet. Anyway, but go on.
My moment that I do want to share with you is one of those surprised by joy moments when you're sort of carrying along and suddenly something pops up that's just very, very special. You know, I'm sure you could all sort of think of ones that have happened. And today we were out in the car. We'd been to visit my mother, so it was a pretty grim visit. So we were sort of chatting away in the car, and Jonathan had said, "Well, let's just go for a little drive." And we were driving through this village, and I said, "Here's the undertakers that have been giving me work, and they're lovely people actually." I pointed them out, and it's not very interesting, is it, looking at a building that's all shut up and everything else? So he went, "Oh, yes." And then he got very excited because right next door was a little ice cream parlour.
But you had noticed it. I can't believe you haven't noticed it. You've got this, and I passed it, and I went, whoa. She said, what? I said, I'm going to turn around. There's an ice cream. She said, there's not. I can't. And it was fantastic.
It was fantastic ice cream, and that just lifted my spirits beautifully. So I was surprised by joy today, and it was the ice cream what did it.
Before we have the video, the video that we want to show you is the one that reminds you of actually the great thing I described on this radio interview, which was you lot.
Yeah.
Well, some of you now. There are many of you not watching. Many of you that were there were watching. Yes. Many people have left. Other people have joined. But actually, just to remind you that you managed to raise £10,000 in less than 2 hours, 13,000 in 18 hours, and then 18 plus 20,000 in a week. And then 31,000 for the
total in the end.
For total for 3 Christmas albums, 3 albums, lockdown albums we called them. Down Lockdown 3, which is the Christmas album, and all this music that you employed musicians. We never took money from it until until now, actually, when we sold them. But now nobody's buying them because nobody's got any CD players. So that's just good. You see the irony? All the musicians got paid, all right?
We made money out of it.
We made money out of it, finally. But the point was that you provided the money so that we could actually do something constructive. And I recorded them all. I recorded both of them before I went into surgery. And I recorded all these sad songs because I didn't think I was ever going to come out. But they were fantastic.
This is the video
that reminds you of what you had to record.
When you're down and troubled and you need some love and care, nothing is going right. Close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest night. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You got a friend.
You just served me the smallest cup of coffee. Right?
Be grateful.
Darkened full of clouds, and that old north wind begins to blow. Keep your head together now and call my name out loud. Soon I'll be knocking at your door. Oh, you just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Oh, oh, oh. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. Now ain't it good to know that you've got a friend when people can be so cold? They'll hurt you and desert you and take your soul if you let them, but don't you let them. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You got a friend. Oh, darling, you got a friend. My sweet darling, you got a friend. Oh, honey, you got a friend. Oh, darling.
All those lovely people.
Oh, they were. Oh, I always
makes
love
me
watching
very
that.
emotional.
I know you say that every time
I
you
do,
watch it. but
because it always does make me
It is
emotional.
an emotional thing.
And
Here's
it's-
another emotional thing. I mean, you've got lots of people to mention tonight, and I just want to say I love the fact that Sylvia, if you're still on, lovey, I love you being on. I know you. When we get to to religious songs, I know, but don't turn off. Stay with us. Stay with us. Okay. I'm going to sing a song now for a friend. This is a special moment. But Sylvia has been through so much treatment, and she's had a really hard time, and she's put up with so much. And she's a very, although I don't speak to her often enough, and I don't, and I'm sorry about that, Sylvia. But you've been a valuable member to this community, staying with us through thick and thin, and you come on, and we are thankful for you, all right? We're going to just say that publicly.
We are.
And Sue and I are very grateful. When I saw you at the party about a year ago, it was just so great to see you and hold your hand, actually, and still have you here with us. It was a special moment for me. But there's another person who's in at the moment, and her name is Maria. Maria, I once named a girl named Maria, and everything she did, there's something in her lid.
Well, explain to people who Maria is.
Maria, oh, she's just one of the kindest, nicest people I know. And she lives in Denmark. She's tuning in from Denmark right now. And Maria was the artist's, what was called artist liaison at the Royal Opera in Denmark. And I was there probably on and off for 10 to 12 years, I think, something like that. And it started off that she just helped me find accommodation, that was it. And then she said, well, look, you can come and stay with us in our flat. We live right next to the palace. And I thought, no. And it was. She literally lived next door.
You used to see the Queen go out on a bike.
I used to go on a bike. and it was this beautiful flat. And she's asked us again to go. Yeah. And once I get my passport...
Yes, right.
No, I'm going to do it. I want to do it. Because I want to go back. I want to go to Tivoli Gardens. And I actually just want to sit with Maria. Maria was one of the most extraordinary women because she'd always have... I never knew a woman like it because we'd often go out for meals in the middle of the day. If I was rehearsing and she was there, she'd go, come, Jonathan, let us go out to Newhaven and we'll have some... She doesn't speak like that at all, but I don't know what... How do Danish people speak? The only people who actually can speak by inhaling the sound. Like that. I can't. How are you feeling? Sound like you kind of reverse of Muttley. It was that. But she's the kindest. When we went on stage, you remember that? All our family stayed there. And in her beautiful flat. And her sister lived next door. And they were beautiful Regency, 1700s for, what was that? Well, that's not Regency. So what was it, 1740 something?
I don't know, but
anyway,
lovely places.
Beautiful places. And I think it was the kindness that she showed. I'll never forget, and I showed Poppy this, I have in my drawer a little matchbox that she made, and it had a heart, an anchor, and a cross. Faith, hope, and love. And she gave that to me as a present when we left. And that was one of the things that I just said to Poppy, when I'm gone, that's yours.
Oh.
All right? And she
that.
knows that. She goes into the drawer and she gets that out. She shows, and she said to Lily, little Lily who's 4, she said, this is going to be mine, not yours. So that thing that you gave me, it stays, and it's a very precious item to me because it reminds me of the 12 years.
I never worried when you were in Copenhagen because Maria was there.
Yeah.
And even if she wasn't working there, she would be there to be a friend to
you. Yes, she was.
And I used to worry about you so many different places because you were so lonely. But I never worried about you in Copenhagen.
She was
because
fantastic.
Maria was such a
And
superstar.
I remember coming back from Tivoli Gardens in one of those rickshaws with her. We were laughing. We'd had a Hungarian meal or something, watched jazz, and it was remarkable after a show when I hadn't got, it was such a lonely time. But she was just a brilliant friend. And she came over last year. We went and had dinner up in town, up at lunch up in town. And it was so great to see her. She's in now. And I want to do a little song for her. I wasn't going to do this one, but here it is. And it's What a Difference a Day Makes. What a difference a day makes. 24 little hours brought the sun and the flowers where
there used to be rain. My yesterday was blue, dear. Today I'm a part of you, dear. My lonely nights are through, dear. Since you said you were mine, what a difference a day makes. There's a rainbow before me. The skies above can be stormy. Since that moment of bliss, that thrilling kiss is heaven when you find romance on your menu. What a difference a day makes, and the difference is you. My yesterday was through, dear. Today I'm a part of you, dear. My lonely nights are through, dear. Since you said you were mine, oh mine, what a difference a day makes. There's a rainbow before me. Skies above can be stormy. Since that moment of bliss, that thrilling kiss is heaven when you find romance on your menu. What a difference a day makes, and the difference is soon. Oh my baby, it's you. Oh my baby, it's you. Oh my baby, oh my baby, oh it's you. Do 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 do, bum 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 do 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 bum 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 do 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 bum 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. And that, my dear girl Maria, is for you. Well, it's for Sue, but it's for you. And Maria, honestly, our intention.
We will be over
next year. I can't see. I'd love to be over for Christmas, but let's get real. But that would be Denmark and Christmas. Mind you'd have to have a lot of.
Oh, Maria
thermals.
just said, "Bless you both. I treasure all the time we had and will have together. And thank you so much for the song." Now, off for my drinks.
Oh yes, that was the other thing. That's
All
what she
three
used to
drinks.
do.
That's what you
3
started
drinks,
to
Maria.
say.
That was what she always
She always
had.
had a hot
Water,
drink, a hot drink.
hot drink, and a cold drink together, always.
It was just that's what she did. I can't, and she did it the other week. After that was it. She had 3 drinks. Anyway, that's it. Maria, go and sleep. You've got a new job. Congratulations on that. And we hope we can come and see you either at the end of this year or into the new year next year. Lovely to have Denmark. We also have we have the inclusion of a certain Mr. Baritone.
Lucas.
He's now married.
It's 6 a.m. over in Australia. And he's still here. Bless you, my dear boy. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us. I imagine, Chrissy, your new wife. I know. How very exciting. Very pleased for you. Actually, probably what we need to do is get you on to at some point.
Yes,
even if we get a recorded thing for you, send it over.
Yes.
Send a song over to us that you two can do for us, and then we'll send a message over to all the people. All right, we can. We'd love to have that, and we'll put it on as a feature. But congratulations on your nuptials, and why are you up at 5:30 a.m? What's wrong with you? Stay in bed. Anyway, lovely to have you with us. Now, just going to do a few songs as well here. In fact, I'll do one song, and then you do the notices.
Okie dokie.
All right. And I think I'd like to do this one, which is Just As I Am. I love this song, and it goes... Where is it? Let me just find it before... Here it is. I wrote this one, and I'm going to do it in the new show, I think, actually, because it's just a beautiful song.
Beautiful.
And it goes a bit like this. Just as I am, without one plea, but that your blood was shed for me, and that you bid me come to thee. Just as I am, and waiting not to rid my soul of one dark blot, to you whose blood can cleanse each spot, O Lamb of God, I come. And as we're drawing near to you, your constant love will guide us through. Your grace alone is all we need, O Lamb of God, I come. Just as I am, though tossed about with many a conflict, many fightings within and fears without. Just as I am, poor wretched blind, sight riches healing of the mind, yet all I need in you to find, O Lamb of God, I come. And as we're drawing near to you, your constant love will guide us through. Your grace alone is all we need, O Lamb of God, I just as I am, you will receive, will welcome pardon, cleanse, relief, because your promise I believe. Just as I am, your love unknown has broken every barrier down, now to be yours, yes, yours alone, O Lamb of God, I come. And as we're drawing near to you, your constant love will guide us through. Your grace alone is all we need, O Lamb of God, I come. And as we're drawing near to you,
grace alone is all we need, O Lamb of God. O Lamb of God, I come.
I like
Lovely.
that tune.
It's a lovely tune. It's a lovely arrangement, and it just freshens the words. John Baum saying his memory of it is
Billy
obviously Billy Graham using it at the end, and people just flowing onto the football pitch
Yes,
or whatever it
which
was
is-
too.
Just as I am, without one plea, but that your blood was shed for me, that night you bid me come to thee, O Lamb of God, I come, I come. Just as I am, thou wilt receive, will welcome, pardon, cleanse, relieve, because your promise I believe, O Lamb of God, I come, I come.
And I always think, actually, when you write a new tune to something, you write it and you come at it from a completely different point of view, and you think, right, what are we going to do here? How do we freshen this up? How do you make it? Any comments?
I was just reading Jerry to penned a little ditty about what a difference a Sue makes managing her hubby JV. She gave him his life back, and with the gift of a kidney. Your yesterday was blue, dear, part of Sue's, now part of you, dear. Nights in separate wards are through, dear, since your kidney became mine. Lord, what a difference such love makes.
Ah, it's very moving.
That's very lovely. Thank you, Jerry.
Actually, after 4 years, you do realise that I'm here because of that.
Yeah.
I am here.
Yeah, definitely.
And
It's very moving.
yeah, it is moving for me because it's likely, without wanting to be too dramatic, that if I'd been on dialysis for that long, I may well be dead now. And a lot of people that were with me in that dialysis all died. Of my
No, we're
age.
so grateful. So grateful.
Well, I'm
that it's
grateful
gone the
to
way
you,
it
Sue.
has.
Sue, I think you've got some
I've got
notices.
some
Shall I leave
notices
it?
to
You do full screen,
I'll do the notices.
and then we'll have a little video, and then we'll finish
And
off.
here we go. The show's coming up. First one next Friday is St Paul's in Camberley. Looking forward to going back there again. So St Paul's Church, Camberley. May, we got a busy old month in May. So the 4th, we're up in Gainsborough, which is up in Lincolnshire. Actually, it's not in there because it's not a sort of full JV show. But on the 11th, he's with Paul Field in Croydon. Then we're up to Scotland, Bonnie, Scotland, for 3 lovely dates. So on the 18th, we're in Cowdenbeath. The 24th, we're in Perth. And then on the 25th, we're in Saltcoats with our friends John and Liz Bathgate. So marvellous stuff up there. Then
And we'll be staying with the Riches, won't we?
Yes, we're going to stay with Fiona and Colin as well. Then in June, we've got, at the end of June, we've got All Saints in Leyland, which is where Jonathan and I got married. Little wee church in a village there, so that'll be nice. Then in August, we've got a week away at Thornley Hotel, Grange over Sands. And do come and join us if you can, because it'll be a great week of talk, inspiration, singing, music, that kind of thing. Couple of dates in September. Haven't got around to putting the 15th in yet. I think it's the 15th. Anyway, whatever. Is it the 14th? 14th we are in near Stratford. Oh, Shottery, near Stratford-on-Avon. Brilliant, lovely church there. So looking forward to going back there on the 14th. Then the 21st of September is Aintree, up near Liverpool. Right. And then in October we've got one on the 19th, which is in Winchester. It's not there yet, but it's in Winchester, and that's with a lovely lady from the community. And then the 26th of October, we are back to Stoneleigh, which is wonderful. We haven't got the Christmas ones there yet, but do not worry, they are coming. We are going to be in Pewsey with Mark Borisoff and his gang on the 23rd of November, I think it is. The 6th of December is in Bentley. This is all from memory here. Impressed. And
there's also one
and there's one other that might be going in there. So if you want to know about those dates, if you want to know where they are, how much they cost and what time they start and so on, then you need to go to the website, which is jonathanveira.com. If you want to ask me any questions, then that's sue@jonathanveira.com. If you want to ask me about putting on a show, then that would be wonderful. So if you just write to me, I can send you the information and we can take it from there. So there's always plenty of help that we can give you. So don't think that you would be doing it on your own. And they are marvellous events for a church to have on. I mean, having Jonathan in your church is just the most awesome experience. So do not miss out on that. Contact me, sue@jonathanveira.com. Steinway room we will be back in next week and the week after, I think. Yeah. They're looking at it. I think we're going to be here for the next 2 weeks, so that's great. And then of course once we get to May it's a little bit more problematic. We might only manage one in May, but certainly the next 2 weeks, my mother permitting.
Yes.
And
all kinds of
things. So yes, so hopefully the next 2 weeks, but obviously we'll keep you informed as to what's going on. Now, if you haven't already subscribed to YouTube, please do so. All you need to do is on the Jonathan Veira channel, just hit subscribe and you will get all the bits and pieces that we send out. Rachel works so hard to get loads of content out there. We disappoint her in how little we do to support her in this, but she carries on, faithful as ever. So click on Jonathan Veira YouTube channel, subscribe, and then you'll get notified of when we're going live, when Jonathan's doing things and so on. So you need to do that and keep going on that one.
How many have we got now, by the way, subscribing?
I do not know. I'm sure Rachel will give me the figure at some point. 1,331. Oh, no, 1,321. 21. Yes, we lost 10 in the last second. I'm joking. Don't look at me like that. I'm joking. So where are we going next, Rachel? 1322. Altogether. Away day. On November the 25th, we have an away day back at St Catherine's where we had it last year. So put that date in your diary. But the details will be coming out very soon. But November 25th, put it in your diary and we will give you the details. And we have a great time coming up. It will be fantastic. And I haven't given up the idea of thinking about putting a day together a bit further up north for you northerners to be able to come. So do not give up on me on that one. Just have a bit on my plate at the moment. So organising that's a bit tricky. So YGAF, Jonathan, you need to tell us about YGAF.
I always tell you about YGAF, and actually I don't know whether Adrian's going to be in. But he's in. Adrian is going to come in because they've had their annual general meeting and he wants to report back to you and sit and talk about what's been going on with that. And as soon as we can find a date for him to come over, to pop over, of course, because Nicola is leading the church there and involved in leading the church there, very much so, and they're having great times. Wonderful when you hear that their cafe church has grown and grown and grown now. There were 95 people coming along there to this cafe church from a standing start. So it's unbelievable, actually, what's going on there. So it's brilliant. But he'll be coming with his usual enthusiasm, knowledge, and, well, he's a can-do man, is our Adrian, and he's going to come into the studio and talk about it because there are things to report on and things that you need to know. And also, because you're contributing to this It's about full transparency. We have to be. We have to be transparent, and other people are called for that. And it is absolutely right that we are transparent at the same time as keeping details private. But we ask you, if you have any need at the moment for You've Got a Friend Trust. And what is You've Got a Friend Trust, just in case you don't know? It's putting our arm around people and saying, how can we help you in a relatively small way, but we can do it. If you need I'll give you an example, if you need a dishwasher, if you need a washing machine, if you need a new a bed a mattress is gone, or you need a taxi ride, or actually there's so many varied requests, even just some money for some food, some food vouchers that they will send to you immediately for your local supermarket when things are getting tough, because things are getting tough. One forgets, and I always like to say this, one forgets about inflation. I mean, inflation has slowed down to single figures, about 2 point something percent now. But what one forgets is that inflation is running at 2%. That means that every week, every month, it's going up. Food prices, everything are going up. You notice, by the way, that fuel has gone up again, okay, as things hot. Well, they say things hot up in every region, particularly in the Middle East. We see prices going up, and each time therefore your food bill is going up, because as transport costs go up, so your food bill goes up, and trying to keep a rein on that is really hard. So if you have problems, we notice that people have problems, particularly if you're on fixed income. If we weren't working, life would be hard. So we realise that, and we aim to help you. And it works as a cooperative, where everybody puts in, and many of you have put standing orders, and we love you to do that. You put standing orders, the more you do, the more we can help people in our community. They do not have to be people in the community to be helped, all right? Just so that you know. The people outside the community, people are getting help right now who are outside the community. So it's basically having a very broad, who is my brother, says Cain to Abel, well, that's it. You are my brother. That is it. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am, actually. That's the answer. And that we try and have a responsibility towards that. So if you'd like to ask for help, then please contact Adrian directly on here. Or if you feel too embarrassed and don't know you could do that, you know us. You can contact me directly or Sue directly, and we can put you on to Adrian. Please do it. Don't think well, no, they wouldn't want it. There's so many other people who are needy. Yes, I'm sure that's true. There are. However, you might be the one right now that needs help. And if you do, then we may be able to help you. I can't guarantee that. It's not up to me. It's up to the trustees. I don't make those decisions. They're not involved in that. Can't be for legal reasons. So that's it, really. Okay. I think we're done. Are we done with the adverts?
I think so.
And if you like any music, if you like any of our music, which we'd love you to buy some of our, if you've got CD players, then get the whole JV collection. Just spoil yourself. Some of the ones that we've been doing, some of them been on Lockdown Sessions 1, 2 or 3, or Hymns Project, which are two
or the
great
very early
CDs.
ones, Life and Soul.
Life and Soul,
Rhythms
which I'm
of
going
the
to be doing,
Heart.
and I'm going to be doing those in the show. I can ride on the wings of the morning, I can fly to the ends of the sea, and I'll be singing that now in the show, bringing back some of the earlier songs from the noughties and the 2000s. I love that, noughties. Spelled with the N-O-G, N-O-U-G-H-T-I-E-S.
Naughties.
Not when I was naughty, because that's never stopped. Anyway, I think a little video wouldn't go amiss here.
Oh, really? No, we're going to do Be Still first.
Oh, will we? Okay.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
All right.
We're going to do Be Still first.
Okay.
I've got some sad news for you, actually.
Yeah, it's
that
very sad.
the lovely Nan of our wonderful Rachel and Claire died on Thursday morning, and that makes us very, very sad. And it makes us sad because they are so sad. She was an amazing lady. She was a stalwart of the church. She was a Sunday school teacher at St Mark's. And for many years, she was just a great stalwart person there. And we just say that we love you all very much. So we think particularly of Alan, her son, who has cared for her faithfully up until she went into hospital, and for her lovely daughter Linda, who is the mum of Rachel and Claire. So we love you guys, and Jonathan is going to sing you, and in memory of Edna, Be Still.
the presence of the Lord, the Holy One is here. Come bow before Him now with reverence and fear. In Him no sin is found. We stand on holy ground. Be still for the presence of the Lord, the Holy One is here. Be still for the glory of the Lord is shining all around. He burns with holy fire, with splendor His awesome is the sight, the radiant King of light. Be still for the glory of the Lord is shining around. Be still for the power of the Lord is moving in His place. He comes to cleanse and heal, to minister His grace. No work too hard for Him. In faith receive from Him. Be still for the power of the Lord is moving in this place.
Well, just around the bend, I'm going to be doing that song with Paul Field on the 11th of May, and a couple of others that we've got me guesting on, and probably The Promise of His Grace. Remember, across the changes through the years. We wrote that together, about a number of songs actually, together. So we'll be doing that in Croydon. I think it's St Paul's Croydon, I think it is.
I think it is, yes.
Get me? Which is quite a big church there used to be at. Was it? Yes, Erica Clegg.
Yeah, lots of people need our support and love and care at the moment because they're struggling with a lot of things.
A lot.
So Erica is just home from hospital, and of course it's difficult with David as well. Gets very unsettled with Erica being away, understandably. So we think of you both.
Yeah, and I get that. And listen, I'm so sorry. I do not live closer. I would help. You know, I would be there like a shot.
We know.
I just can't do it. It's just so far away. So I'm sorry. But somebody out there must be able to help. We just put a call out. John Bown, can you actually...
He's in Malta, darling.
John Bown in Malta. No, I think in general. I don't mean that John Bown does it. I'm not meaning that.
Oh, right, okay.
I mean that John...
Might know someone who can go around.
People
yes.
That actually, this is what church... I find it's exhausting when you have to ask people. They should notice these things and just do them, but they don't.
I think some people do, love, so I think it is happening.
Anyway, let's hope
we send our love to Erica and David, and also Helen Poole, who's not well, and Lynn, who's got new treatment that's going on at the moment, so life is just changing slightly with the treatment.
Yeah, and we mentioned Steve Legg in that respect as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Steve and Becca, who are they're still going through treatments and getting things done. That's why I'd like to have them in. I do want to sing this song because it means a lot to a lot of people. I recorded this in Nashville. I wasn't convinced of it. It was Nick that persuaded me to do it. Our youngest. And he's been outstanding with Sue's mum. And really helping along the way, going to visit with Sue last week, and he's coming again this week, which is, and actually I think it's very valuable noticing good behaviour like that from young people. You notice it when it's not happening, and so actually when it's happening, it's a very encouraging thing to see that it's difficult for them, and yet even with difficulty, they can embrace it. But this one, this is Oceans. Where feet may fail. I hope it touches you. You call me out upon the waters, the great unknown, where feet may fail, and there I find you in the mystery of oceans deep. My faith will stand. I will call upon your name, keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. For I am yours, and you are mine. Oh, grace abounds in deepest waters. Your sovereign hand will be my guide. Though feet may fail and fears surround me, you've never failed, and you won't stop now. I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul
soul rest in your embrace, for I am yours and you are mine. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters, wherever you would call me. Take me deeper where my feet could ever wander. My faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters, wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander. My faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. And I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. And I will call upon your name, keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace, for I am yours and you are mine. Oh, well, it's been a lovely long evening celebrating, I suppose, 4 years of being with you, you being with us, and us being together. And we hope, actually, that you've enjoyed this, as you have so many others.
They have.
There's never going to be a time when it's never a perfect evening, and I like that. I like the facts. I never liked Slick. Slick has never been anything that we have been. And I really deliberately...
Yes. Professional, yes, but not slick.
And I think actually, you know, Rachel, bless her, she's finding it hard tonight because of her nan. And that song was sung with all our heart, and I would love to have been there. It seems I can't be at the funeral because I've got to work, but
you would have liked
I would have loved to have been there to pay respects and send her off in that way, because they've been a real godsend to us.
Absolutely.
To make this happen for you and for us. But all three of them, Claire, Rachel first, then it was Claire joined, and then it was Ben. And we haven't had those two in for a while, and it would be good to have them back at some point. But I think actually it's just, we are filled with genuine gratitude for that, and what we've all been through. It's been tough. At times it's been horrendous. Some of you started healthy and got less healthy. Some of us started unfit and got better. And some of us are in the middle. That's me. But what we always sung right from the beginning was Paul's song, "Go peaceful in gentleness through the violence of these days. Give freely, show tenderness in all your ways. Through darkness, in troubled times, let holiness be your aim. Seek wisdom, let faithfulness this week burn like a flame. God speed you, God lead you, and keep you wrapped around His heart. May you be known by love, be righteous, speak truthfully in a world increasingly of greed and lies. Show kindness, see everyone through heaven's eyes. God hold you, enfold you, and keep you wrapped around His heart. May you be known by love. 4 years ago, this is what started it, this song. Just posting this and going from there. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make His face to shine on you. The Lord bless you and keep you, and give you His peace. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make His face to shine on you. The Lord bless you and keep you, and give you His peace, and give you His peace. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make His face to shine on you. The Lord bless you and keep you, and give you His peace, and give you His peace. Lovely to see you here this week.
Yes.
We really hope you'll join us next week for JV Live in the Steinway room. Join us, bring a friend. We'll sing you some songs, and you can request them. We are now 25 seconds late, so good night from me.
And from me. Love you.
God bless.
Have a good week.
Good night.
Bye.
Thank you, Rachel.
Bye. Thank you, Rachel.